Good morning to the Madam Alani and to all my lovely friends. Firstly, we would like to thank our lecturer for giving us the opportunity to be here today, presenting such an interesting and very important topic to all of you. Before we begin, allow me to introduce ourselves. Hi, my name is Hakimmi Haikal bin Zaidi and my partner today is Amer Asdam bin Zamri. My dear fellow friend, do you sometimes feel non-productive, inefficient and weak while in everything that you do, even in time when you did absolutely nothing? Do you get easily irritated and tired even though you did nothing for the whole day? Do you find that it is hard to stay productive and sometimes you don't even know why? Well, today we are going to talk about ways to be more productive. It doesn't matter what you do or where you work. Everyone is looking for a way to be more productive on the job or life. But excessive amount of caffeine and list making won't get you any closer to reaching peak productivity levels today. So, why are you also obsessed with productivity? It's probably because in this digital age, staying on task and avoiding distraction is harder to accomplish than your actually work. This search for a more productive workday has led to a certain misconception about what productivity really is and a lot of more than checking tasks off your to-do list. If you really want to be productive, you have got to make a point to do fewer things. Dear friends, my first point on how to be more productive by peak productivity. Some studies have found that we are generally have 90 minutes peak productivity followed by 20 minutes of low productivity during the day. I'll just say, if you are the most productive for the only 4 hours every day, after that, your level of focus will decrease. Before you start thinking this article is irrelevant to you, as you have to work at least 7 hours a day. Stop for a minute, think about your last full working day. Can you count for the work that you did in each for those hours? You will discover that you may have to complete focus for a few hours and 50 to 80% for the rest of the day. This is quite normal. If you want to increase your productivity, you can schedule your week accordingly. For example, writing, meeting, presentation will require 100% of your focus, while reading email only 50%. If you build your day to include a combination of tasks that require 100% focus, 4 hours and 50 to 80% focus for the rest of the day, you will be much productive. This will also prevent you overscheduling your day, which can lead to disappointment and demoralization. I have just discussed how accepting what it is helps in to be productive. Dear friend, I shall now move on to my second point. That is to manage your schedule. Even if you have a personal assistant who manages your diary, you should be in control of what happened during your day. Blocking tasks together, reserving specific hours for meeting, and ensuring you have blocked out time to complete regular tasks that require your full focus is your responsibility. Some people like to do this at the end for the following week. Others on the evening before their work weeks begin. This may sound tedious or even impossible, but it pays dividend and is well worth your while. This one productivity tips alone will save you our procrastinating and force you to prioritize you and schedule your goals. Once your goal and deadline are clear, you can block out time on a daily and weekly basis in your diary. Online or on the page easily. Yes, of course the unexpected will happen, which is why your schedule needs to remain fluid. It's also important to remember that sometimes you will just have to throw the daily schedule out of the window, but it won't mean the end of the world. Or it could be that you, like me, consistently overestimated what you can achieve in a week. In this case, it's important to cut yourself some slack, hire some help, or leave yourself half a day week on Friday to complete what has been done. I have just discussed how by manage your schedule help you to be more productive. Dear friend, I shall now move on to my third point, which is one of the most important point, which is to make productive to-do list. Most of us have this, most of us write them and forget about them, and all of us now heard of them. But How useful is your to-do list? If you have broken down your project to goals and objectives, each with its own deadline, then it is the easiest thing in the world to have a weekly to-do list which you can check off each day. Many of us feel we have already dealt with a task once we have added it to our to-do list, as we have already written it down. Or we make multiple to-do lists, one per project, and then give up all of them. Between these two extremes is a way you can be more focused and more productive. I have just discussed my third point on how to be more productive, which is by making productive to-do lists. Now I call upon Amer to continue with our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hakimmi. Dear friends, I should now move on to our fourth main point, that is to stop confusing productivity with laziness. While no one likes admitting it, sheer laziness is the number one contributor to lost productivity. In fact, a number of so-called time-saving methods, text meetings and emails for example, they are actually just way to get out of your doing real work. Place your focus on doing the things that make most as efficiently and effectively as possible. I have just discussed about how to teach our mind to become still. Dear friends, I should now move on to our fifth main point, that is to stop multitasking. Stop trying to do 10 things at once. Changing tasks more than 10 times a day drops your IQ an average of 10 points. Getting done more efficiently and effectively by focusing on one task at a time. Less is more when it comes to being productive during the workday. Stick to the basic for reaching productivity. What do you do to stay productive at work? I have just discussed practice mindfulness to achieve inner peace. Dear friends, I shall now move on to our sixth main point, that is use your morning to focus on yourself. It's a big productivity killer to start your morning by checking your email and your calendar. This allows others to dictate what you accomplish. Start your day out right by entering your emails in the morning and getting in a good breakfast, reading the news, meditating or working out. This will ensure you have got the necessary fuel for a productive day. I have just discussed ways to use our willpower to choose thought that makes us productive. My dear friends, today me and my partner have discussed ways to be more productive. We have discussed 3 key points, that is speed, productivity, manage your schedule to make productive to-do list. And I have discussed 3 key points, that is to stop confusing productivity with laziness, stop multitasking, and use your morning to focus on yourself. My dear friends, let me end our speech by quoting Mr. Churchill quote. That is, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. With that, we end our presentation.